We also get a lot of questions about attorneys' fees. I think obviously it depends on the case, but are there any general guidelines of when the other party will pay for, the other party's attorney's fees? Any thoughts on that?
So it's not automatic. And so that's a myth where I read that a lot in some of the forums on social media where it's like, oh no, they're going to automatically pay. Not necessarily. You do need to go to a hearing on that and request that from the court. And there's an analysis that goes along with that, which is whether you have a need and the other person has the ability to pay. And that's just one analysis. There's different ways of trying to get the other side to pay your fees. But if it's because you don't have the funds to pay, because let's say you were home with the kids, which is extremely, I was home for the first 3 months of my twins' lives, and I thought it was the hardest job. I know being a lawyer is challenging, but kudos to all the parents staying home with their kids. Anyway, so let's say you were home with the kids and you don't have the funds, readily available or sufficient funds. Okay, well, maybe that's something you could talk to the attorney about. Hey, how much money is it going to take for me to get us to that hearing where I can request funds from the other side, and is it worth it? Because if you have a relatively simple case, you may not want to go and spend a bunch of money going to a hearing. Maybe you can resolve that at mediation or through the collaborative process or just engaging in some sort of negotiation where you can sign a contract and be done.
You mentioned social media. This is kind of a new thing. I'm sure you have stories. Are the posts that people make, are those admissible in court? Any advice that you would give people when they're going through the divorce process? What to post on social media?
Okay, don't post anything disparaging about the other parent. We will find it because as the other side, of course, I'm going to go in and take a look to see if there's any evidence that we can use against you. So be mindful of what you're posting. Not only that, not only just litigation wise or like for purposes of evidence, but also if you have kids that are using social media and you're posting about the other parent, you don't want your kids to be reading that or anybody else in the community to be reading that and then telling your kids about it. So I think we have to be mindful about what we're posting and who can see it and the effect it may have on the rest of the family, on your kids.